the Hobbs Farm, and like we mentioned last episode, we are going to be planting with the Big Bud and the Seed Hawk here this episode. So let's get started and see how much ground we can knock out here. Assuming we just turn the front piece on here, we'll find out, I guess. Yes, that would appear to be working. I don't know. Can you actually turn? Yeah, that just holds the fertilizer in the back and the seed. I know in some implements like this, sometimes you gotta turn both the back and the front piece on. Just the front piece in this case. And of course, we're pulling this with the Big Bud at 747 at immediately 9 miles an hour. It's actually not that slow. That's actually pretty quick for seeding. I'll zoom out here to see the whole thing actually. We're starting out down on field 14 here, planting grass. And we'll probably do the same thing on field 4 as well. And then once we get up to the main field farms there, at least 3, not sure we'll put on 3 yet. Maybe we'll do some more soybeans. We'll see once. And then 11 and 10. 10 will definitely be corn again. I think we'll do corn on that. So we could probably actually get started on that fairly soon. We don't need this seeder for corn. Let's see what kind of turn we can make here. Not too bad of a turn there, I guess. Don't want to jackknife everything there, obviously. If I can help it anyway. So yeah, we'll see how much we can get seeded here this episode. The John Deere 8370 is still plowing yet. Somewhat slowly, I might add. Apparently the 8370 is a little small for that plow. Or at least in the game anyway it is. And also, I just realized we got some more wood chips we could probably sell as well. Probably should get the Peterbilts there going again. What's the wood chip price at? I'm assuming it probably reset again. Wood chips. 2,189 at the sawmill. So yes, basically every time you save the game, exit, and then reload the save game again, the price resets. So basically sell a couple loads, save the game, load it back up, sell a couple more loads. We'll tell you to drive the course, and he should take right off. Same thing for you. And do I still have, I do have you on the slurry spreader yet. I'm going to move you over to field 10. Field 10 is not planted, correct? Let me double check that. And it does not need to be plowed. Okay. Let's get some slurry spreading action here on field 10 a minute. And then we'll go back to seeding. Actually, we probably should get some slurry spreading action here on 11 as well. Don't know if we have enough slurry to go around for all the fields, though. That is probably a definite not. Probably either have to turn on the buy option for the slurry, or do something else, either pellet or liquid fertilizer. Uh-oh, Peterbilt is in traffic. What did I leave in the way? Okay, and we'll just, like I said, hire the worker. Oh, I left 9560 in the way. Okay, with a big cultivator on it. Stay right there, Peterbilt. Okay, fine. Don't stay there. Let's pull this up then. Definitely a lot of folding here on this cultivator. Okay, there we go. And we'll just leave this here for the moment. Hopefully he's out of the way there. And back to seeding. And for those who have not seen it, I am doing a Big Bud DLC giveaway. So make sure you check out that video if you would like to enter the giveaway. Again, don't leave a comment in this video about that. Make sure you go to that video to leave the comment. I'll just be using the random comment picker there. So any comment on that video is up for a chance to win a copy of the Big Bud DLC. And of course, we're giving away 2 copies in that video. And don't worry, stay tuned if you don't win in that one. I do plan on doing a couple others as well. And we'll read some comments here in a moment. Jello was asking, do you need all of the DLCs to play on the multiplayer server? No, you do not need any of the DLCs to play on the multiplayer server. That's the reason we don't use the DLCs on the multiplayer server. Oh, let me unlock the GPS there. There we go. I was going to say, I turned and then it straightened back out again. Dwayne was saying, been there, done that. I'm assuming talking about hanging the axe the wrong way around. Yep, oops. I'm not exactly 100% sure who actually hung the axe upside down, but we got it fixed, and it is definitely working much better now. I actually had to use it the other day, so... And, of course, I got a bunch of comments here on the Big Bud DLC giveaway video. Kind of just skipping over those comments here for the most part. Jacob was saying the sand pit having water is realistic. There's a sand quarry near my house that has a lake in it, and they dig from that using a barge with a suction hose. He says you may be able to find an excavator with a long reach, which would be a little more realistic. That is true. That probably would be a little more realistic there using an excavator. Or if they had like a barge option, that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, realistically speaking, at least on the Pleasant Valley map, I don't know how the mod author expects you to, again, like I said, realistically get the sand out of the sand pit there. And at least where I live, we do have some sand pits as well. I mean, other than maybe when it rains, there's really no water sitting in them. They're just giant holes of sand, basically. Or usually giant hillsides that are being removed for sand. That's usually what it is. Okay, we're probably almost half done with this field here already. Doing pretty good. Obviously, 25.6 meters of seeding here. Shane was saying, great video. Thank you very much for that. Arne was saying, keep up the great works and greetings from Belgium. Rapid was saying, I bought 150 pigs and 817 sheep. Only cost me $4 million on the Thornton farm. Carlin was saying get the money mod. Not sure if you mean for like cheating. We typically don't do any cheating on the multiplayer server or a single player. Other than maybe when we start the game on a multiplayer server, sometimes we'll cheat in money so we can add some additional equipment just so everybody has something to do. And again, of course, if we do cheat money in for equipment, usually we only add what was already in the map as far as small equipment goes. So it's not like we're necessarily adding anything big. Nick was saying, like the videos. Thank you very much for that. Oscar was asking, where to get the custom road trains? I think I have a link in the description on the mod list. Not 100% sure on that, though. It is something I got through the multiplayer server from one of the other guys on the multiplayer server. So, V-Man was asking, why is the traffic turned off on Pleasant Valley? Pleasant Valley, I don't believe, actually has any traffic from what I've been told. So it's not that traffic is turned off, although it probably actually is turned off as well. Pleasant Valley simply does not have any traffic. Just noticing here, it's kind of odd. The tires on the rear of the planter here are nice and clean. The tires on the rest of the planter, though, the smaller tires are quite dirty. Kind of interesting. Edward was saying, RD Allen's multiplayer server where trucks and tractors can swim like fish, but as long as they don't start drinking like fish, everything will be all right. Very funny. Luke was saying, nice video. Thank you very much for that. Edward was saying, are we going to be getting into a new series with you? The improper way to put handles on tools? He says, nice ingenuity there. Using the file as a flat guide to pop the wedge in. He said, just a suggestion. Maybe you can do a video on how to properly sharpen a chainsaw chain. Because not enough people know how to do that nowadays. That is probably true. And you could probably include me in the group that doesn't know how to do it well. Not to say I don't know how to do it. I just don't know how to do it well. Or I'm not particularly good at it, maybe I should say. Oh, turned a little too sharp on that one. X-Beast was saying, good work. Thank you very much for that. Lenny was saying, please stop steering with the keyboard keys. It's annoying. Well, what else do you expect me to steer with? Gotta use something. Mathos was saying, look out for the Loch Ness Monster in that lake. That'd be funny if there was one of those in there. Be funny there if the mod author for the map would put one of those in. It pops up every now and then. You know, somebody's grabbing a load of sand, scares the crap out of them. David was saying, keep sharing your videos with us. Your channel is really cool. Thank you very much for that. John was admitting to the fact he's hung a few axe heads upside down as well. It must be a common thing. I did not realize people did that commonly, hanging axe heads upside down. Well, he says you did a good job of hanging that, so thank you very much for that. Jeffrey was saying, great video. My dad always taught me to pound the bottom of the handle on the concrete to put the head back on. Looks like it probably works about the same way. That is probably true. And I'm not an expert on this, but as far as I know, the way you properly do it, the way I did it in the video there, it allows the head to seat on properly. Or at least that's the theory anyway. So it'll seat on nice and tight that way. Otherwise, if you just force it on, it might not actually seat properly. And while it may appear to be tight, it won't actually be as tight as you think it is. Which, of course, you know, if you're swinging an axe, you don't want that head coming flying off at you. RJ was saying, love the video. Thank you very much for that. Peterbilt is in traffic. We should probably check on that. Roland was saying, too bad the 8R pack is not on the console. Yes, that is unfortunate for you console players. Unfortunately, it probably never will be. As far as I know, there's no John Deeres allowed on the console. Nightwolf was saying it need a bigger truck for that trailer. Yes, we did. Let's figure out what's going on with the Peterbilt here a minute. That's what's going on. I rather suspected as much. I'll just stop you a moment. Uh-oh. We're about to have the same thing from the other side here. Come on, truck, move. There we go. I don't think the tractor's going to turn around quick enough. Wait for the 8R there to get back in the field. Okay, there we go. Now we can start them both back again. Oh, maybe not. Oh, run into the plow. Hey, good. He stopped. Don was saying, just a random comment here, but Big Bud is an incredible piece of machinery. Yes, it is. And again, for those of you not familiar with Big Bud here, Big Bud was actually a tractor company. They manufactured a lot of Big Bud tractors. I don't know exactly how many they made total. Several different sizes. The Big Bud 747 here was a one-of-a-kind tractor, made especially for deep ripping, and there is only one of them. Started out, I think it was 700 horsepower. They bumped it to 900, and then they bumped it again now to 1,100 horsepower. So just, you know, just a bit of horsepower here. And also I asked in, I think, the last video, from what everybody told me, no, triples were not an option on the Big Bud. At least this Big Bud anyway, which I rather suspected they weren't. I mean, this tractor with duals is huge. So why Giants actually put triple option on it, I don't know. It is cool, though. I'm not complaining that they did that. I just wish they would have put a duals option on the 450, though. That would have been nice. Kendricks was saying, good video. Thank you very much for that. Okay, almost done with 14 here. We'll move on to 4 then next, I guess, and we'll probably have to fold the seeder up here to fit between the items on the train track there. Trenton was saying you should buy the Brent Auger wagon. We will probably get that at some point. It folds up quick enough here. Yes, looks like we can squeeze through here. And then, of course, fold it back out here again. And how are we looking? Ooh, actually looks like we lined up pretty good with the GPS mod here. I don't think we need to change nothing with that. Let's turn the seeder back on, lock the GPS, and away we go. Alexander was asking, is there a John Deere 9RX mod? Yes, there is. From last I seen it, though, it wasn't very good. I don't know if there's any new ones out there, though. And probably should check the wood chip price here a moment. $12.79. Yeah, we're going to stop those from selling here a moment. Stop you. And you just unloaded, it looks like, so we're going to stop you as well. And while we're tabbing around, how's the 8R doing here? Moving slowly. Like I said, this tractor's probably not quite big enough at 5 miles an hour there. We can probably move you down to field 10 here. That field cultivated here a moment. And then if the 8530 finished, we'll maybe move him up to field 11 here and start spreading slurry on that field. Also waiting to spread slurry on field 3 as well. Kind of waiting for the 8R to get far enough ahead, though. It probably won't take long to catch up. Probably should actually put a larger tractor on that. Don't really have any larger tractors up here, though. Unless, of course, I switch out the 9560 here, but then I don't have a tractor to pull this cultivator with either, technically. Like I was saying, we need to look at getting another larger tractor, which I guess we do have the money at the moment. Maybe we'll see what's next episode about getting another larger tractor here. And we'll hire you. And where's the 8530 at? Oh, he did not finish. I'm guessing probably because he ran out of slurry. Well, let's go back here. I don't know that we really have any slurry elsewhere, so we'll just put it on buy for now. Yeah, it'll still let me hire. Okay, excellent. Okay, and what do we want to do for the rest of the fields then? We'll just put liquid fertilizer here on field 11. We'll call that good enough for that field. And yeah, even though with all the slurry production we have, we don't have enough to actually spread slurry on all our fields, unfortunately. We'll get this little missing bit here too while we're going past. Might as well. That's something else we should look at getting as well. I do have the Rogator sprayer. Get that purchased instead of this one. I still don't understand why Giants only makes or lets you go 7 miles per hour while spraying. Just ridiculous. I mean, you can seed and cultivate faster than you can spray. Oh, wrong button. There we go. Okay, back to the big bud here. I guess apparently shut off on us. And we'll have to see once we might be able to finish this field yet this episode. At least be close anyway, hopefully. And then we'll move up to the main farm there and get those fields finished as well. Of course, like I said, field 10 there, we'll be putting corn back on that, so we'll be getting the DB120 out for that. There again, we need another larger tractor to pull that. Okay, and still looking through the comments here. Of course, like I said, lots of comments here on the Big Bud DLC giveaway video. Matty was saying, keep up the great videos. Thunderbird was saying, yes, the Big Bud is the best tractor ever. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people get excited about the Big Buds. I'm not entirely sure why that is. I mean, it is a cool tractor. And yeah, like I said, unfortunately, they do not make them anymore. And of course, this one here was one of a kind. Jacob was saying, I only prefer Case because it's from the state which I live in, which is Wisconsin. Aust was asking, can you make a download link to all your mods? No, I cannot. I cannot make a download link to all my mods. The best I can do for the mods is have a mod list, which is in the description below. If you want to check out the mods that I have and where I got them from, make sure you look at that mod list. Also, of course, for the multiplayer servers, there are download links for those. If you want to download those mods, you need to make sure you check out any one of my multiplayer videos. And, of course, if you want to join us on the multiplayer videos, again, make sure you check out any one of the multiplayer videos there for the information for the multiplayer servers. Of course, on the multiplayer server at the moment, our multiplayer series is on Pleasant Valley 17, version 2. Currently playing on that map and enjoying it so far. Again, for those of you not familiar with the Pleasant Valley map's a map with a little bit more going on than just farming. There's a lot of factories and basically things you can do with your crops as opposed to just, selling them. I know some people say they don't like that. Others people like that, so... Grandpa's Gaming was saying, looking good. Love the Big Bud. Same here as well. Starting to get a little dark here on Hobbs Farm, it looks like. So we just got 2 lighting options. Anyway, folks, looking at the time, looks like it's about time to wrap up the episode. So with that, you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.